Hello and welcome to 108 with AJK. Continuing today with our 2026 fantasy baseball rankings, we are currently doing third base today. We're going to see a couple of familiar names here from the second base list, as some of these guys have multi-positional flexibility. So let's just get on with it. One of those guys we saw on the second base list is number 15, and it's Colt Keith. As we talked about on the second base list, he does have an advantage over some other third basemen in that he has multi-positional flexibility. He should be eligible for first, second, and third next year. The thing about Colt Keith is he's really, really bad against lefties, and he won't really play against them. So if you're going to have him on your team, you kind of need to have a right-handed player on your team who can play third base or second base if that's what you're using him for, so that you're not just giving away those days when he's facing lefties. But yeah, kind of a late round grab if you need a left-handed platoon partner who could do some good things for you. Number 14 is Brett Baty of the New York Mets. Now, I kind of dinged him a little for playing time uncertainty in my model, but he still ranks this high. I didn't necessarily expect him to make the top 15, but here we are. His underlying metrics look pretty good. He was in the 86th percentile of bat speed last year, so that's pretty good. Again, like with Colt Keith, he could be a good late round grab. I think he could have a sneaky good year next year. He had 18 home runs last year and 50 RBI, and he'll just be 26 years old, so we'll see if he can improve on that. Number 13 is Isaac Paredes. He was injured some last year, but he was on his way to a good year. As a lot of people predicted, his swing is kind of tailor-made for Dakin Park. He pulls the ball down the line, gets it in the air, and as a result, he hits a lot of home runs. They've got those short porches in right and left. And so playing in that park and staying healthy for a full season, he could hit a lot of home runs and do a lot of good things for you. He is a big zero and still in bases. He has a grand total of 3 for his entire career. He doesn't strike out that much. He has a good on-base percentage. He might be a little bit better in points leagues, but either way, he's my number 13, Isaac Paredes. Number 12, Eugenio Suarez. Now, as I record this, he is currently still a free agent. He did not do well after his trade to Seattle. I think it's pretty well known that it's not a good hitter's park, although Josh Naylor may disagree. Eugenio Suarez will be 34 years old next year, which is the kind of age with baseball players where you worry about a total collapse out of nowhere, because that's usually how it happens. So he's a guy I'd be scared of drafting, and he ranks, here in my model. So he's still a good player, but I'd be a little bit wary due to his age, and also his free agent destination is still currently unknown, which could certainly impact his value. Number 11 is another guy from the second base list, Jordan Westburg. As I said there, he needs to stay healthy, but he's been good when on the field. He's kind of a slugging percentage kind of guy, and he does need to take more walks. Not a whole lot more to say about Jordan Westburg here. We'll just need to see if he can stay healthy for a full season, and he should have that opportunity in Baltimore. Number 10 is another guy with multi-positional flexibility, but this time it's third base and outfield. It's Addison Barger. Addison Barger was on his way to a breakout season last year, but he kind of faded late in the year. He hits the ball very hard. He just kind of still has plate discipline issues, and as a result, he doesn't have a very good on-base percentage. But if he even takes a slight step forward instead of backward, he should put up some numbers that will be pretty good for a third base fantasy player, because it is one of the positions that is not as strong as the others. So, again, number 10, Addison Barger of the Blue Jays. Let's see what he can do. Number 9, Matt Chapman, a nice solid option. He hits the ball hard all over the field. He is going to be 33 years old next year, so you do start to worry about age-related decline. He could possibly hurt you in batting average. He has had a few seasons where he was hovering around 230, 240, but he's a solid bet for 20, 30 home runs every year. So a solid contributor in categories leagues. He's going to rack up some doubles, and he's just plain a good professional hitter, as they say. At 8, we have Austin Riley, another guy who struggled to stay healthy, especially last season, and as a result, he hit just 16 home runs. Of course, he has been up almost to 40 in the past, 38 and 37 in 22 and 23, when he was 25 and 26. He is another guy who's not going to steal any bases. He has very few for his career. He also will strike out, but with this kind of home run potential from the third base position, he's a guy that you might want to take a chance on. at number 8 here, Austin Riley. Number 7, Maikel Garcia. Now, last year he kind of had the breakout that I think a lot of people were expecting earlier from him. He has this kind of tantalizing power-speed combo, especially speed, with 37 stolen bases in 2024. He had 23 in 2025. And he mostly jumped his batting average way up. He was at 231, that went way up to 286 last year. The other thing that went way up in this most recent season was his on-base percentage. It went from 281 to 351, so big improvement there. But if his on-base percentage starts to dip again, he will be way less useful. He needs to be on those base paths, creating some havoc, getting you some stolen bases for your categories leagues. And so he's a guy who might be a little bit less useful in points leagues, but if you need some steals from your third base position, Maikel Garcia is one of your main guys. Number 6, Alex Bregman, another guy who's currently a free agent. We'll see where he ends up, but he is another guy who's a very steady performer. He's hit almost exactly 260 to 270 the last few years with about 25 home runs, 75 to 90 RBIs, so that's kind of consistently what he's given the last number of years. He is another guy on the wrong side of 30, so we'll see how he holds up these next few years. I'd probably be shooting for somebody younger in a more of a dynasty league, but in redraft leagues, Alex Bregman is a good solid choice, and he almost makes the top 5 here at number 6. A guy who does make the top 5 is Manny Machado, another real consistent player who's a little bit older. He'll be 33 next year, so a good solid redraft choice. He is pretty good in all categories as well. He still hits the ball very hard at 32 years old, so we'll just have to see how long Manny Machado can keep it up. But as of now, he is still a top 5 third baseman in fantasy. Number 4 might be a little bit of a surprise. It's Max Muncy. Max Muncy ranks very highly in my model. In fact, I dinged him for injury concerns because he does have those, and he still ranks this highly. I grabbed some info from a tweet here. It's Joe Arico, I don't know if that's how you say it, at Joe Arico99 on X. So Max Muncy, I think it's been pretty well documented. This isn't part of the tweet, this is me. He started wearing glasses last year in order to help him see better, and this is the tweet. He started wearing glasses on April 30th. After that, to 72 games, he had a 969 OPS, 19 home runs, again this is in 72 games, 63 RBI, almost an 18% walk rate, and just a 17% strikeout rate. Very good numbers. He got injured, I think, after that, but again, I dinged him for injury / playing time concerns. He still ranks this highly. He hits the ball very hard. He has excellent walk rates. He's probably not going to be a big help in average. He's kind of a 3 true outcomes, as they say, type guy. Strikeout, walk, home run. Number 3 is Jazz Chisholm Jr. of the New York Yankees. Another guy you know from the second base list. He has, all the potential in the world, but he gets injured a lot. He's probably not going to be a big help in average, but he will definitely help you in steals and home runs, especially playing in Yankee Stadium, which is very good for left-handed power hitters. He will strike out some, but this kind of power speed combo is hard to find, especially from the third base position, and that's why Jazz ranks at number 3. Number 2, a guy with a big year last year, Junior Caminero. He hit 45 home runs as a 21-year-old, which is certainly impressive. Keep in mind, though, that he did do it in a minor league park, and I believe the Rays will be back at Tropicana Field next year, so we'll see how that affects him. Although I believe I saw somewhere that he hit actually more of his home runs on the road last year than at home, so take that for what it's worth. He had just a 19.1 K rate in 2025, which is pretty good. It was cut down for him. He has 100th percentile bat speed, so he swings very hard. He hits the ball very hard, hits a lot of home runs, obviously, but that type of thing can fluctuate a little bit, so I wouldn't necessarily expect him to hit 45 home runs again. But, having 40 home run potential from your third baseman is something you will certainly take in fantasy, and that's why Junior Caminero ranks at number 2. Again, no surprise with number 1. It's Jose Ramirez. His only possible flaws really are his age, which will be 33 next year, and in leagues that have salaries, his expense, because he can be an expensive player in leagues that have salaries and auctions and so forth. So you have to take that into account. He should still have a few more elite years left in him, I would imagine. It's hard to say with the age-related decline, and different guys are different and their bodies break down in different ways. But he's had 40 plus steals the last 2 years, is one of the more consistent base stealers. He hits the ball hard. He doesn't strike out. His walks and strikeouts are pretty close to equal every year, which is hard to accomplish. So he is definitely the #1 option at third base, and I don't think too many people would disagree. Thank you so much for joining me today for going through my third base rankings. We'll take a break this weekend, and I'll be back next week with outfield, and after that, pitching. Thanks so much. I'll see you down the road.